guys, it's Caroline from the Not So Wimpy Teacher team, and today we're going to be talking about using writing rubrics. Sometimes the hardest part of any writing lesson is actually assessing your students' work when they're done. Today I have some suggestions for you to utilize rubrics in your writing instruction. It's going to help you, it's going to help your kiddos, and it's definitely going to help your grade book. Well, first things first, what is a writing rubric? A rubric is a tool that you're using to grade your students' writing with. It's going to include lots of different categories, and it's going to utilize a rating scale. The reason we love to use rubrics in our writing instruction is because it is really hard to read a student's writing piece and then slap a numeric grade on it. If you're just putting a 95 on their writing piece, what does that mean? Where did they lose their 5 points? What kind of things were you assessing for? A rubric is a fantastic tool to make sure that all of our writing pieces are assessed fairly, and you're really looking for the skills that you want to be grading for in writing. All right, next question, where are these rubrics coming from? A lot of writing curriculums do have required rubrics that go with them. Maybe at your district level, you guys are provided with a rubric to use, or maybe you're starting from scratch and you're saying, hello, Caroline, help me make a great rubric for my writing instruction. Don't worry, we have options for each. The first thing you're gonna wanna look for in a strong writing rubric are assignment-specific skills that you're looking for. A lot of times when we're grading student writing, it's really easy to go through and check their spelling and their grammar or their punctuation and usage. And while those are super important writing skills, we want to make sure that what we're looking for matches what we've been focusing on in our instruction. If we've been really hammering the use of details and description in our writing, we should be scoring student writing for strong details and description. Make sure you have assignment-specific skills that you're checking for with your writing rubric. The next thing we're going to focus on with a writing rubric is the proficiency scale that you're using within the rubric. The reasons we love a writing rubric is because it really can reflect what a student does know and what a student doesn't know. And that's hugely important that we have an idea of both of those categories. You want to make sure that within a writing rubric, you're going to have options for students who are very successful in the skill, students who are making progress in the skill, and students who aren't there yet and need a little more practice. We want to encourage you, don't shy away from giving a kid a 0 in a category if that is the skill level they're on. We want our grades to be really reflective of what students can do. If you just spent a whole part of your personal narrative unit focusing on writing dialogue and the student included no dialogue in their writing, that should be reflected in the grade. It's okay if we have grades that are reflecting student progress. When working with a writing rubric, we want you to remember that it's supposed to be a tool for you, and it's also supposed to be a tool for your students. As you're scoring student writing on a rubric, it's really clear to see areas they need more practice in, and you can change future lessons to reflect those needs for your students. Maybe you can use that writing piece to help you plan your next round of writing small groups and decide on the lessons and skills you're going to focus on with those specific students within that small group. It should also work for your students too. It's a tool for them. I love providing my students with the rubric as they're working on their final draft of their masterpiece. This way they know exactly what I'm going to be looking for when I'm scoring that piece, and they can even use the writing rubric as a checklist to make sure they have all of the things that they're going to be graded for. I love a student-friendly rubric in that the language is very accessible for students. I want a student to be able to pick up their graded writing piece, see the rubric on the back, and know exactly which skills they need to continue to practice. We need to make our rubrics work for us and our kids. If you're looking for more resources to help you with your writing instruction, worry not. You know we have a lot of suggestions for you. Some of my favorites are our YouTube playlist with all of our writing videos and the Not So Wimpy Teacher Writing Masterclass. They're both linked down in the description box. Don't worry. If you're looking for something a little more cut and dry, like rubrics that are made for you and are already ready to go, you know we have those too. In every single one of our writing units on Teachers Pay Teachers, we have pre-made student-friendly rubrics for you. And we have them in different options, which I love. Pick the one that's going to work best for you and your students. Remember, these are over on TPT. Grab the link up in the cards or down in the description box. All right, guys, let's see how I did. Did I share my opinion? Writing should be graded with rubrics. Yes, I did. I'm gonna give myself a solid 2 on that one. Did I use a lead? Yes, the beginning of this was so interesting and engaging, was it not? Ooh, did I provide examples? Yes, I certainly did. See, rubrics are super easy and super accessible for both you and your students. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we hope, as always, that you have a not so wimpy day. Bye!